What is up, everybody? Welcome to the definitive Firebase Easter egg guide. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do all of the steps for the main quest, as well as how to get a free Juggernog and a guaranteed Rai-K every single time. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The very first thing we need to do is turn on all 3 ether reactors. Once we do that, we can head back to the village, go up to the pack punch machine, and it will turn itself on. Then we head back to the base, over to mission control, and on the lower floor, Peck is hiding in this corner here. Just interact with this box here, and Dr. Peck will introduce himself as the greatest anime villain of all time. It's important to note while you're doing this step that the zombies will ignore you, so feel free to just chill while you're waiting for the dialogue. After he's done talking, Ravnov will tell you to come meet him, so go up to him and interact with him. And again, the zombies will ignore us, so this is a perfect time to go ahead and get ourselves a free Juggernog. Go upstairs and stare at this creepy bunny. He will look back at you, eventually fly at you, and take you to this dark room. Now, just like every video game in the history of mankind, shoot this bunny 3 times and you will get a reward. Once that's done, the zombies will disappear. There will be a loot crate, just like the Die Machine Coffin Dance Easter egg. Open that up. If you're very lucky, you'll get a Rai-K out of this chest, but if not, you'll always get a load of salvage as well as a free Juggernog can. So I recommend doing this every time you play this map. Now, you'll be taken back to the village, and there will be an ID card that you can pick up there at Ravnov. We just need to take this over to this cabinet right here, interact with it, and we will grab the first of the 3 compounds that we need. The next one is in the lower floors of the planning office. Off to the right here, just interact with that cabinet. Grab it once it opens up. And then the last vial is in the military command room, up in the colonel's office, along the left wall in the back. Interact with this cabinet, and pick up the last compound. Now we just need to take this to the field hospital. Just inside to the left is a centrifuge that we interact with. Once we do that, a whole mess of hellhounds will spawn. Kill them, come back and interact with the centrifuge again, and pick up this dispersal device. And all we need to do now is go through mission control, and next to the portal chamber is an air duct. Go ahead and set that there. Head back down to Peck, and you'll know you did this right because there's a bunch of purple gas entering the room. Dr. Peck will start having hallucinations and talking about dancing and his wife, and you have to kind of sit here for a while and wait. So while we're waiting, we can head over here, and to the side of this room is a shovel that we'll need for a later step. Now, once you get far enough into the dialogue, he mentions a necklace. That's when you can speak with him, and Weaver will ask him for how we turn it back on. But this is a good time to go ahead and build the Rai-K. In the weapons lab on that board will be a blueprint. So once you grab that, you can head back over to this defense area. And next to this tank will be a dead guy that we can interact with and take his eyeball. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, but come back to the weapons lab, place the eyeball next to the computer. Once it's verified the identity, this drawer on the front of the desk will open up and give you a locker key, and the computer will turn on. And you can interact with it to start this sequence to give you the code that you need on the dartboard in the spawn room. Now, for me, it's really easy to just remember that there's a north, east, south, and west position on the dartboard. So I just look at whatever it goes by last and how many times it went past it, and that just helps me remember. Anyways, with the locker key, we can go to the barracks and interact with all these lockers. Eventually, a mimic will spawn. You might get 1, 2, or 3, but one of them will drop this barrel assembly. So kill those mimics, pick that part up, and then now we can go into the spawn room and do the dartboard step. You will need a bullet weapon for this. A shotgun won't work, a burst weapon won't work, so get a single fire gun if you can, and just head on over to this dartboard and go ahead and shoot the correct positions. Mine were 2 to the right from the start, 1 below the western position, and then the southern position. Then you just shoot the bullseye. The dartboard will open up and drop out this ether converter. Now, the last part that we need are the charge cells, and you do have to get these from a mangler by shooting its arm. So I did this on the defense step that we'll be showing you later, but look closely, you see I just blow its arm up and we get the charge cells. All we do with these now is take them back to the weapons lab, and on the table just inside the doorway is a station we can charge them. It does take a full round for them to charge, so I'm at the end of round 10. I have to play all of round 11, and then at the start of round 12, I'll be able to pick them up. And here we are at the start of round 12. Go ahead and grab that, turn around, go to this workbench and interact with it, and you will have yourself a free Rai-K. It's that easy. So I recommend doing that every single time. Now, back to the Easter egg. Once Peck's done, he'll tell us to go to the data center. Just go back here, and there's a computer near Speed Cola that we need to interact with, and that will allow us to grab these essence traps. There's 3 very specific mimics that we need to capture. One of them is in this motor pool area. One of them is in Peck's quarters in the spawn. And the last one is in the military control room. Now, they will only spawn 1 mimic per round. So right now I'm on 7. I can capture this one. On 8, I can get another. And on 9, I can get the last one. They will also only spawn 1 of this specific mimic each time. So if you kill this guy, you will have to wait till the next round to capture him again. So just be very careful. Take your time. Line up your shots very carefully. And then once you get it to a low enough health, below a quarter of its health or so, throw your essence trap on the ground. And when it says target in range, double tap X to capture. Make sure the trap says the target is captured, or you will mess it up and have to go get a new essence trap. Once you're done, though, just bring it back to this computer, interact with it, grab a new essence trap. And my next mimic was in Peck's room here. And it was pretty easy to just knife him down to the health that I needed to have him at. Wait for the essence trap to say that he's captured. Take it back to the data center and interact with the computer. And we'll get another essence trap for our last guy. And of course, the last one is over here in military command. And once the trap says he's captured, we can take him again back up here. Grab another essence trap for a little trick later. And once it is done reading the memory, it will tell you you've collected all the data that you needed and spit out a floppy disk. We just need to pick this up and take it over to the planning offices on the top floor. Go through the doorway, and to the right is a computer with a similar screen on it. Insert the floppy disk on it. Go over and interact with the OPC. The portal will say that it is unstable, and we'll need to go talk to Peck. And Peck will tell us that we need 3 Ethereum crystals that are going to be inserted inside the ether reactors. Ravenov says that there is an ether meter in a locker nearby. So once he gives you the code, go ahead and interact with it. Pick this ether meter up, and we can go get our first canister right now. It's just outside of the planning offices, next to this window here. Using the shovel we got earlier, we can dig this canister up. And we're looking for a canister that looks like that. All of the other canisters will have this black smoke in it, and that tells you that's not the right one. But this one here doesn't have any of that, so pick it up. You'll hear kind of a ding when you pick it up. If you pick up the wrong one, a whole mess of mimics will spawn, and you'll have to wait until the next round. But just go ahead and bring it back to this reactor. Drop it in. Now we can go do our next canister. For this one, I like to capture the last zombie, just so he doesn't accidentally die and start a whole new round. It just makes this step a lot easier. So pick that up. Go down here, and the second lane from the left, where the portals spawn, about halfway down, you can interact with the ground to dig up this canister. Once you do that, a dome will form over the top of you, and you'll get 2 manglers as well as a whole bunch of hellhounds spawning. So just play out this defense, and once everything's gone, the canister will let you interact with it. So just grab that, run back up to the top of the hill here, and place it inside of the reactor. Now for this last step, we do need the Rai-K. When you go and interact with this canister and dig it up, it will zip away, and if you try to get close to it, it will keep leaving. So we need to use the alternate fire to kind of capture it and keep it in place. Push up on your D-pad or whatever your device is, and drop it there, dig, and there you go. You have the last canister. Go inside of the data center and put it inside of the reactor. Now the portal will shut down, and Peck will reveal to you that he tricked you, like the dastardly dog that he is. But eventually they'll figure out that there is a way to get it up and running again. So capture the last zombie, get any monkey bombs that you need, get any perks, pack a punch, whatever you need, because once you interact with this last step, there's no going back. But whenever you're ready, come into the planning offices and interact with this computer. Roll around on the map with your D-pad until you find the satellite that has a question mark for a picture. If you look in the bottom right there, you can see that. Press A to interact with it, and you will fire a space laser down on the satellite dish, overload all the reactors, and once the portal chamber is ready, there will be a quest marker. Just go up here and interact with that to start the cutscene. Now, this boss fight is probably one of the easier boss fights in all of the Easter eggs, so I don't think it's very difficult. Your best strategy is to just toss a monkey bomb right off the bat, and as soon as this Orda kind of hunches over and lets out a scream, he'll reveal his weak point, and you can just unload into that. Here I messed up and threw the monkey bomb late and really missed my chance to melt more health off of him, but either way, this boss fight is not very hard. I got him almost all the way, did some chip damage, ran around, did some chip damage, climbed up here, and last couple of shots, and he's done. And that's it. We've beaten the Firebase C Easter egg. So I hope this helps you guys out a lot. If it did, please make sure you let me know. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.